Now on CoastTV News.
Students and staff showcasing their projects during this year's Coast Day, how they're helping to protect our coastlines. The current Clear Space Theater, a new home proposed for it this Monday. Shelves of food as the government shutdown continues. Our local food bank issues a warning.
Summertime sunshine returns to the Delmarva Peninsula. I'll pinpoint how long that'll stick around, and there's a 30-degree day on the immediate horizon.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Scooping up soil to make your very own rain garden. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6. We begin tonight with a beloved event in Lewis. From drones that monitor the seafloor to hands-on lessons about water quality. It's all part of an effort to protect our coastlines. At Coast Day in Lewis, students and staff showcased their latest projects. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe was there and shows us how some of the projects are helping our coast.
3, 2, 1.
Thousands took time out of their day to enjoy another year of Coast Day. The event at the University of Delaware campus in Lewis is focused on all things environment and showcasing what experts are doing to protect it right now. Whether it's learning about sea life, taking a tour along the boat, joining educational sessions, or talking with students and staff about their research projects. One of those projects, a drone called Wingtra, is designed to monitor coastal environments from above. It's been used for dredging work and to assess damage after major storms.
We were just out for Hurricane Erin and we got some surveys before and after, and we were able to develop some models showing sediment loss and volume differences before and after that storm.
Jesse Leppo, who was born and raised in Lewis, loves going to Coast Day.
Benefits the environment. We like that especially.
His favorite part?
Is all the people. Nobody's staying at home. Everybody's coming out to see all kinds of neat things.
Samantha Cotton with DENREC helps promote water quality and says there are simple ways you can make a difference at home, like planting a rain garden.
When you have rain or storm events that happen in your yard, there might be some low spots there where water isn't really draining well. So the whole purpose of putting in a rain garden is you're kind of able to open up that soil a little bit more and have the water actually flow through.
With hundreds of activities and hands-on learning opportunities at Coast Day, Greco says it's especially meaningful for young people who might one day follow in her footsteps.
Kids that are so interested in what I've been spending my time doing, and hopefully they see that it's both doable and interesting and important work.
As Coast Day continues to bring thousands of people together, it's all in an effort to protect and preserve our coast. I'm Kevin Zappe in Lewis, CoastTV News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Ocean City. A busy weekend down there for the Country Calling Festival. As we turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, concert goers just got a gift from Mother Nature.
Oh, and wrapped with a wonderful sunshine bow on top of that. In fact, they have that gift in Rehoboth as well, with the beach actually looking very hospitable at this hour. And we're looking for the sunshine to continue to work in our favor for the next couple of days. And we'll have temperatures that will slowly sink into the lower 60s. Now, this will be the pattern we're expecting for the next couple of days. Clear skies at night, a little chilly, and then clear skies during the day, a lot warmer than usual. But we do have a beach hazard statement that's still active until 8 o'clock for this evening for Ocean City. Watching out for somewhat choppy conditions, but that's getting better as we speak. Overall, we're still relatively dormant at this particular juncture, and we're going to stay that way with high pressure staying in full control of our weather. Now, as far as our expectation for Monday, we're looking pretty clear till we get to Tuesday. It gets a little cloudier, and by Wednesday, we're going to be talking about, a shower or two, and then we're talking about temperatures in the 30s. Don't let that spook you. We'll clarify that in great detail with the full forecast, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. Take a look at Clear Space Theater's current location on Baltimore Avenue in Rehoboth. But a proposed partnership between the city of Rehoboth Beach and the theater will be discussed this Monday. That includes a new location at the Cape Henlopen Senior Center. Now, under the proposal, Clear Space would lease the land for $1 a year. Rehoboth would contribute $1 million to Clear Space's capital campaign and waive permit fees, and the city would get revenue through ticket fees and parking. For those who might not be familiar, here is where the Cape Henlopen Senior Center is, on Christian Street between the Avenue and Philadelphia Street. That's where Clear Space could be, and the Senior Center already has plans to move out of town onto Hebron Road. In April, we spoke with Clear Space about their plans to move. At that time, the theater weighed a move to Lewis.
Trying to be very thoughtful about what this region is going to need, not just tomorrow or in 5 years, but in 25 or 35 years, because what we build, we're going to build to be sustainable for the long term.
Now, the Rehoboth Clear Space Agreement will be discussed Monday morning there at City Hall. And just a few years after Clear Space tried to build a new theater on Rehoboth Avenue, that's where we have this now. Let's take you back to the history then. In 2022, there was 4 years of back and forth with the city over approvals and denials and reversals of decisions. ClearSpace even filed a lawsuit that was eventually dropped, as were plans for that new theater on that old location on the avenue. That lot is now becoming mixed-use buildings. We have a whole article on this new proposal for ClearSpace right now on CoastTV.com. Also on Monday, Rehoboth Beach is reviewing a $21.3 million bid for improvements to its wastewater treatment plant. It's the final phase of a multi-year upgrade process, which is supposed to be 15 years before more work is needed. Sussex County will cover 2/3 of the cost based on wastewater flows. The town warns sewer rates might increase to cover those costs. Millions of people who rely on food stamps and family aid through federal programs could be at risk of losing assistance during the government shutdown. As Jen Sullivan reports, these crucial programs are now relying on reserve funds until the government passes a new spending plan.
This is baby Zave. He's now 1.5 and thriving. But his mom, Ashley Vasquez, says that wasn't always the case.
He just didn't have an appetite and he wasn't putting on weight.
Zave was put on special nutritional drinks that his family received through WIC, federal-funded program for women, infants, and children. It provides aid to more than 6 million low-income families to help cover expenses for food, breastfeeding support, and health education. But that money could soon be at risk if the government shutdown continues.
For really young children whose sole source of nutrition may be infant formula, the loss of WIC would be absolutely devastating because their families don't have other options.
Nell Menifee-Leiby with the National WIC Association says if the government doesn't pass a spending bill within the next 2 weeks, funding will likely run out.
That really puts us in a crisis point very quickly.
Funding for other assistance programs like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP could also be at risk. Roughly 42 million people depend on SNAP to help cover groceries. October's benefits were already sent out, but come November 1st, it's unclear whether people will receive assistance as politicians continue to debate.
Republicans refuse to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credit.
This is not about health care. This is about Democrats wanting to show their progressive left base that they are fighting against Donald Trump.
Meanwhile, it leaves vulnerable parents like Ashley Vasquez unsure how they're going to pay for their families. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Locally, the Food Bank of Delaware says it is bracing for cuts too. The food bank says during this government shutdown, they're expecting even more people, especially federal employees, to need the food bank's help. Locally in Delaware, the food bank anticipates SNAP will be okay through October, but they can't say for sure after that.
It's worrisome for us in terms of the people that we serve. We know that that so many individuals are just barely getting by, making ends meet, and I don't know that anyone could plan for not having a paycheck.
The food bank tells Coast TV they're always in need of food and money donations any time of the year. Now, as for when the government could reopen, the Senate so far has taken 4 failed votes to advance a bill that would keep the government open through November 21st. In the House, Speaker Mike Johnson designated next week as a district work period, meaning no votes are scheduled. Tonight is Sunday Night Football right here on Coast TV. The New England Patriots facing the Buffalo Bills. Coverage is at 7, but please stay with us afterwards for our hyper-local Coast TV news following the game. Still to come on Coast TV News, Delaware lawmakers to convene again about property reassessment. What's the topic of this week's special hearing?
And we will be easing into the 80s thanks to abundance of sunshine for the next few days. More on that warm-up coming up.
Cars driving on the new Millsboro bypass. The data from the new roadway is the subject of a meeting this week. Coast TV News returns after this.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Take a look and see the new Millsboro bypass in full swing. The road has been open for over a week, getting traffic out of downtown Millsboro. On Wednesday, Millsboro leaders will hear any updates on data DelDOT has compiled since the opening of that bypass. But that's not all. Millsboro's DelDOT committee will also speak with the agency about a traffic signal at Plantation Lakes, slowing down speed limits on Route 24, adding a new four-way stop at Delaware Avenue and Route 24, and more. All this Wednesday at 10:30. That's at Millsboro Town Hall.
A sunny start to a week is about to push temps into the 80s, then they'll fall to the 30s. Really crazy roller coaster on the way. We'll talk about that in vivid detail coming up. So the interesting thing about the forecast is that number one, it's going to feel like a summer day for a couple of days, and then right behind that, according to the latest model run, it's going to fall into the 30s. That's wacky. So stick around for the whole forecast. I know you might zone out occasionally. Today's not the day to do that. So at Ocean View, we're holding at 70 degrees. That's the norm for this time of the year. We'll drop back to 63, mostly clear skies. Now, we are in the 70s for most inland areas, meaning we're at 74 in Georgetown, 72 in Millsboro, Gumboro, as well as Delmar, and we're at 72 degrees right now in Milton. The winds are now pushing out of the south. Now, that's going to help usher in a little more moisture and a little more in the way of warmth. That's a good thing. Now, one quick note, we do have a beach hazard statement that's active for us, Ocean City down to Chincoteague, meaning we could see some choppy conditions for us along the beaches there. But other than that caveat, we're looking pretty clear just about everywhere else throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. Dew point temperatures are going to flip-flop on us yet again. You see, we're in the 60s for right now. That's pretty normal fall type stuff. We were a little bit lower a couple of days ago. Now, as we go into our future dew points, notice we're going back up into the 60s for Monday. Now, here's where it gets interesting, okay? As we go into, let's just say Wednesday, we're at 68. Those are summer-like numbers. So we have more moisture that's going to kick in, more warmth that's going to kick in. So it's going to start feeling almost like a summer day. But we are still in the middle of fall, so let's talk about the raking forecast. You can rake the leaves on Monday, Tuesday, but by Wednesday, we're looking for it to be wet, particularly for us early because we're going to get some rain in here late Wednesday night. It's going to be too late for you to rake it in the middle of the night. But that nighttime rain is going to lean into Wednesday morning. That's going to make it a little touch and go. So if the leaves are already falling, you want to rake Monday or Tuesday and avoid it on Wednesday. 79 for the high in Georgetown on Monday, 79 for the high in Federalsburg on Monday, mostly sunny skies, and 77 in Ocean City and Berlin. Now, keep in mind, as we're going to the rest of the week, we're looking for it to continue to stay very clear for us. Now, as we're going to, let's say, Monday in the afternoon, notice we're going to hit the 80s for Monday. That's summer-like. We're going to Tuesday with the 80s again, and the moisture's coming out of the south. Summer-like again. The next round of rain holds off until Tuesday going into Wednesday. So those are our days where we fire off with the rain. Wednesday on Chincoteague and in Assateague with temperatures in the 70s. We go up towards Ocean City. Wednesday for the rain for Ocean City. Wednesday for the rain on Fenwick Island. We may catch a little bit of fog on Monday on Fenwick Island, by the way. A little difference there. And then we're looking for a chance of rain on Wednesday in Lewis as well as Rehoboth Beach. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Now, we're going to take a deep dive into the chill mode within the next 10 days. We'll talk about how chilly we will get a little bit in the long-range forecast. Till then, back to you, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. Still to come on Coast TV News, we preview Sunday Night Football. What our analysts predict in primetime after this. The Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots are just hours away from their face-off. Here's an exclusive preview of tonight's game you can see only here on Coast TV.
Week 5 of Sunday Night Football, we've got the Bills, we've got the Patriots. The Bills, an undefeated team. There's only 2 left, them and the Eagles. What's impressed you most about Buffalo so far this season?
They're finding ways to win. They're winning different ways. New Orleans went up there and gave them a game for a little while, and conversely, New England probably had their best win of the year. So I'm still betting on Buffalo, but it could be a little interesting.
Yeah, after having 5 turnovers the week before, the Patriots got well against Carolina. Listen, we're going to be there for Football Night in America. It'll start at 7 Eastern. We can't wait to see you there.
Up next on Coast TV News, houses like these, the subject of a special hearing in Dover this week. We'll break down the areas of focus right after this. This Tuesday is the next legislative hearing re-examining statewide property reassessment. The hearing will include presentations and committee questioning of officials from Kent and Sussex counties. Last year's court-ordered reassessment was the first in decades and left many homeowners with higher property tax and school tax bills. Lawmakers say they're looking for answers about the tax hikes and how they can help counties with future reassessments. As we take a live look outside into Lewis, a beautiful sunset sky there. One more check on your forecast after this.
Taking a look in Salisbury right now, we're enjoying a good deal of sunshine, courtesy of our Tidal Health camera. Temperatures are going to stay pretty cooperative for the rest of the night. Now, as far as our boardwalk forecast is concerned, we're looking for temperatures to stay in the 70s going into tomorrow with winds staying calm. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. We keep it updated for you 24 hours a day. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brugstedt, Mendalis, and Federico. Now, finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Couple of days, we're actually going to clock 80s, okay? We're looking for 81 on Monday, 82 on Tuesday. Then we'll have a chance of rain that'll push through. Cold front will push through and drop the temperatures into the 40s. Now, we have some outlying areas that indicate we may get as cool as 39 degrees. That's a possibility, but I'm going to hold firm and stay in the 40s until we have to just say it's going to get that cold, Maddie.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight after Sunday Night Football, but until then, have a great night.